for the future system service integration. And I think on stage we have Mr. Manabu Kimura from Sony Group Japan, and we have the Professor Mitchai Chongchil Shamnan from Prince of Songkhla University, Thailand. We have the Miss Orasi Sirasa, Office of National Broadcasting and Telecommunication Commission of Thailand also. And also we have very important person from the Excel Space, Mr. Yayu Nakamura with us today. So I think it's time for us to start the very interesting session. So first of all, I would like Mr. Nakamura to brief introduce the Excel Space to us, and what is your future plan or something like that, so that we can know better for the Excel Space. Yeah, thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yuya Nakamura, the President and CEO of Axel Space Corporation. I'm so happy to be here today. But almost? Sorry, my presentation file is too large, so they're taking time to show on screen. Okay? Okay. Great. Let me start. Next, please. Or do you have a clicker? This one? Oh, okay, maybe. So, Axel Space is a Tokyo-based space startup. We are making microsatellites like this. So, actually, when I was a university student, I was involved in the CubeSat project, and we launched the world's first CubeSat in 2003. And I had the feeling of that space is far away from our daily lives. And I wanted to change that situation by making the most of our unique technology, microsatellites. And we have been using this slogan, space within your reach, since the establishment of Axel Space. So the company was founded in 2008, and we celebrated the 15th anniversary last year. And the company is growing now. We have more than 160 members. And unlike other most Japanese companies, around 40% of the members are from other countries, and we're enjoying a very international atmosphere at our office in Tokyo. And we have developed, launched, and operated 9 satellites so far, including 5 of our own Earth observation satellites, and also we have developed a private satellite for the Weather News, which is a Japanese weather information company. And also we developed a technology demonstration satellite for JAXA, which was launched in 2019. And we are launching the next one very soon. The satellite is ready for launch and waiting in the US. So we're going to celebrate the 10th launch soon. And here's the track record. As I explained, we developed Weather News satellite, JAXA satellite, and we have 5 of our Earth observation satellites, and we are operating the constellation at the moment. And let me briefly introduce how we started the company. When I was a university student, I started from this CanSat. It doesn't go to space, but it's kind of a demonstration satellite, and we learned how to develop our satellite through this project. And after that experience, we started the real satellite project. In Japan, 2 universities joined that project. One is the University of Tokyo, and the other is the Tokyo Institute of Technology. And these satellites were launched in 2003, and it was perfectly worked in orbit. And we experienced a follow-on project at the university. And based on that experience, we established the company in 2008. So here are some photos, when we were developing satellites at the university lab. And here is the picture taken just before the world's first CubeSat launch. And there are members from universities, and many of them are now working for space industry as well. And they include the project manager of Hayabusa 2, and many of them are working for JAXA or space companies, and they are doing a great job in the space industry. And so, and we were able to take these beautiful pictures from the CubeSat, and of course we used the COTS part, which is not for space, but we proved that even the COTS parts could work in orbit, and I think we contributed a lot to lowering the cost of the space industry by proving that even COTS parts can work in orbit. And I'm gonna make it short, but we met with Weather News and we developed a satellite to monitor icebergs in the Arctic Ocean. They wanted to know the ice distribution in that area to provide navigation service to shipping companies. And here are some sample pictures, and they are using those data to analyze what's happening. And they're providing service to various clients, not just for the shipping companies, but also other customers in the different industries. And we also developed a technology demonstration satellite. Maybe let me skip this movie. Let me introduce our current business. We have two pillars for our business. One is Axial Globe. We are constructing our own Earth observation constellation. Now we are operating 5 satellites to monitor the world, and we are delivering the images, and also we are working with our partners to create some solutions to meet the needs of some specific end users. And the other business is Axial Liner. This is kind of a satellite development service, but we call it a space project as a service. We want to make it a software-like service. We are going to standardize our design, and we are partnering with some companies who can mass manufacture all our satellites, and we are trying to streamline the whole satellite project to make satellite development more efficient. And we want to shorten the development time less than a year, to lower the cost of the project. And maybe I should skip the details of the project, but we are now providing the mid-resolution optical images to the client, and they can be used for various purposes like agriculture and disaster management. And we have many partners all over the world, and we are still want to partner with various companies in this region as well. And maybe this is a little bit complicated. I skipped this slide. So now the needs for the microsatellites are skyrocketing. We want to have more capacity to develop satellites. So we are trying to transform the way of satellite development, and also that will transform the user experience of the space industry. So that's what we are trying to do. Okay, so doesn't work. So we're also constructing the data relay constellation using the intersatellite communication link, optical link, together with the Space Compass, which is a joint venture between NTT and SkyPerfect JSAT. So we're developing various satellites, and we want to make more by collaborating with many players in the space industry, and of course all be here. So thank you very much. Just a brief introduction of our company.
Thank you very very much for your introduction. It's very interesting. And also, I think we are eager to know more from Sony, Mr. Kimura, why Sony is with the space technology and what is your plan for the future, I think, yeah.
Okay, I'm Madam Kimura from Sony Group Corporation. I'm in charge of. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Manabu Kimura from Sony Group Corporation. I'm in charge of the development of the Sony's Earth memory platform, which can acquire the phenomena regarding the natural disaster things and also the environmental problem from all over the world. Such a system needs our objectives and the target to save the world. That is the reason why we are now trying to utilize the space-related technologies. One of the specific space-related technologies might be, how to say, LPW technology, low power wide area communication technology. And Sony has the really great LPW technology we call the Airtrans that can achieve the more than 1,000 kilometers long transmission by just only the 20 milliwatt transmission power. That is a really amazing technology. By utilizing such a technology, we can acquire the as I said earlier, phenomena from all over the world. And most of the people here may know that the world is facing the many problems, right? Like the natural disaster, like the floods and the sediment disaster and the forest fire thing and so on. Yeah, and if we could such a phenomena in early timing, we can solve such a problem, and we can save the people's life. That is the reason why the Sony will now tackling the utilizing such a space-related technology. Yeah. Sorry, it's simple, but that is
it's very, very interesting to hear that, and I can see the movement of Sony into the future. And also, I would like to hear more, because on this stage, we have the only one lady, and she's from the telecommunication regulator of Thailand. And it's very challenging that for me to moderate this session, because on the theme we can see the keyword of integration, and one of the things that we focus many time on technology, but we might forget about regulations and also like the integration with other system. And that's why we invite you today, Ms. Onrasi Sirasa from the NBTC of Thailand, Frequency Regulator of Thailand. So please introduce the NBTC and your work. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Orasi Sirasa from, I'm a Division Director of the Satellite and Orbit Management Bureau. And I'm in charge of the foreign satellite licensing and regulation. So any matter about the foreign satellite that I would like to provide the service or to use the service in Thailand, we open for consultation at in NBTC office. So I will start with introducing our organization. NBTC is the independent state regulator. The main duty is responsible for the frequency assignment and broadcasting and telecommunication regulations, including satellite, just 4 years ago. And there are 7 commissioners. The chairman is the Dr. Sarana is the chairman, and for the satellite, it is the under responsible from the telecommunication commissioner, Dr. Association Professor Dr. Sompop, and we have the subcommittee, satellite subcommittee to consider the document that are applied for licensing. And just back to the background why NBTC have the role that are involved in the space and satellite regulations. Regarding a constitution of the Kingdom of Thailand, Section 60 mandate that the state shall maintain the frequency and the right to access satellite orbit, which are national treasures, in order to utilize them for the benefit of the country and the people. So in this constitution is meaning that the satellite is the national treasure, satellite orbital slot, and it's mandated that the state should shall establish state organization with the independence. That's why NBTC is responsible for the satellite and space, and I mean in part of the satellite is in a part of the space. And after that, we revised the NBTC Act, or we can call it the Act is an Act on the organization to assign radio frequencies, or we can call it NBTC Act. In this Act, Section 27, the duty of NBTC that are relevant to satellite in clause 14/1 is about the Thai satellite filings or Thai orbital slot. So NBTC have the right to license on and regulate the Thai satellites, and also to maintain the right to access the satellite orbit. So that's why we have to auction satellite filing at the beginning of last year. And for the other is a foreign satellite in clause 14/2. NBTC also have the duty to license and regulate the foreign satellites, and also we have to define the procedure or the licensing fee. So in this regard, we issued the 3 notifications that are entered into force in February 2000. There are 3 notifications, but the issue that are more relevant to the GNSS is maybe a foreign satellite or landing rights. So I will focus on the landing rights today. This is the history of the satellite service in Thailand. Starting from the 1983, Thai government had the policy that Thailand should have their own satellite. So after that, they have the concession agreement between ministry and Thai company. So it's now Thaicom. And the concession is the 30 years. And it's now just the end of the concession 2 years ago. And when the NBTC are in charge of the satellite, we issued the 3 notifications as I mentioned. And in August 2021, is the end of period. In September 2021 is end of period of concession, and it's transition to the licensing scheme. For the landing right, it's not only to comply with the NBTC notification, but it's the government, they have the committee, National Space Policy Committee. So it had to comply, the market access have to comply with the notification that are developed by the National Space Policy Committee. And in January last year, we organized the satellite orbital slot auctions. And we gained the money from the satellite auction, about 806 million baht last year. There are 3 packages as showings. And this is the current Thai satellite firing. Is it a communication or satellite firing? Is it or is a GSO satellites? And they plan to to be in service soon in next 3 years. So it's now currently we have 4 satellites that are currently operate in Thailand, communication satellite. Thaicom 4, Thaicom 4 is the first broadband satellite in the world. And Thaicom 6, Thaicom 7, Thaicom 8. And for the licensee in Thailand, for Thai satellite operator, most of the operator is the purpose, it may be a non-commercial purpose, like Jeddah. Jeddah also got the license Theos 1 and Theos and Theos 2. And we also support like the research and development. Let's say Bangkok Christian College is the primary and secondary school. They have the research and develop the small satellite, QSAT satellites. And for the Royal Thai Air Force, it like the Earth observation satellite as well. They just launched a satellite. And for landing right licensing, if you would like to provide the service in Thailand, you have to get the license 4 parts. The first part is the right to use to provide the service in Thailand. We call it landing right. The second part is to provide the service. You have to apply for the telecom business licensing. And by the law, the current law is saying that to provide the service in Thailand, you have to install the gateway in Thailand as well. So this have to get the frequency use license. And to import the equipment, any device have to apply for user terminal or the radio communication equipment. So it has to check with the radio communication. Even you don't provide the service in Thailand like a GNSS or Earth observation device, when you import the equipment, the customer, you have to declare at the custom, and they will check with the NVTC that is it the exemption device or not. If it's not, you have to declare that the purpose with the telecom or operator that you would like to you use in Thailand, or which is the landing right service. So is it relevant to the, to the because we got the many issue that someone would like to import the equipment and they don't know that it cannot import in some equipment because they have to get the frequency use license first and to get the permission to import the equipment. And now for the landing right, the majority the licensee will get the landing right is the Thaicom subsidiary company is a TCB, and NT is a national telecom public company. They also got the AGS advice for the broadcasting service, to provide broadcasting service, and also Inmarsat and Intelsat. But as Dr. Damrongrit mentioned about the regulation, the issue of the regulation, because we issued the landing right regulation 4 years ago, and we got many issues that we have to consider because of the technology is changing. So the LEO is coming to Thailand. The satellite operator consult with us and would like to provide the service in Thailand, as well as the device that they have the eSIM or the other device that even it like the GNSS or the other company like for GPS tracking like or Global Star, they would like to provide the service in Thailand. So we collect the information of the satellite operator, and we try to adjust the existing notification to fit with the technology and the demand of the Thai users. And this we just organized the public hearing on the draft of notification this month, in mid of the January this month. In the purple color, we plan to change the word in some this is the non-commercial for use for foreign satellite, And the part that are more relevant to the Earth observation or GNSS is the. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Let's say for the point dot 4 is transmission and reception data, voice and image from satellite used for resource management, environment, emergency, and disaster. So if the purpose to use the satellite in Thailand, it fit this with this purpose, is it that you cannot got the exemption, but have to send the document to NBTC to verify first. And for GNSS, we just change the wording, the transmission and reception of data from from the GNSS and also the meteorology or satellite. You have to declare to NBTC as well. But it's got an exemption not required to apply for landing, right? So this part that we try to facilitate to the industry in Thailand. Even for the research and space satellite industry, we modify the existing notification that if you would like to test or demonstrate in Thailand, you're gonna got the exemption as well. So that's part that regulator that we plan to support the satellite industry and space industries.
Thank you. So I can see because the future integration of telecommunication, Earth observation, and many the mission, I can say. And we have really very limited resources. And there are many issues actually, like that we haven't covered in this seminar, is like the jamming and spoofing. So a lot of issue also I heard from Singapore, and also in Thailand, especially in some specific area of Thailand, like the airport. So there might be a lot of discussion and in the future, but not here. But I can see like we have to discuss not only like in our community, but we have to cross to the other communities, like the regulator also. That's why she's here. And our panelist, the last one from the university, Professor Mitchai, please.
Thanks a lot for your invitation. And actually, that I would like to first of all, I would like to thank GISDA and all the sponsor that give me an opportunity to speak in this session. And actually, that it is the first time for me to join in this conference, and I found that it's so interesting, and it's like a new experience to me that to meet you guys here. My name is Mitchai Jongchiao Chamnan. Just a simple and little lecturer that from Prince of Songkhla University. My university is located in the south of Thailand. Maybe some of you guys know from the lady from Indonesia, right? We are in IMTGT sub-region. Yeah. Songkhla is the province in the southmost of Thailand, and my university have 5 campuses in the south of Thailand, and the Prince of Songkhla University is one of the top 10 that listed in the QS World Ranking and Time Higher Education. And we have a faculty of engineering and a faculty of computer science. That for faculty of engineering that we set up it in the Hat Yai campus in Songkhla, and another 4 campuses that I just mentioned to you. We have one campus in Phuket. I think you guys know Phuket is a very tourist attractions in Thailand. And the other 3, one is in Trang, and one is in Surat Thani, and the last one is in Pattani. So all 5 campuses are located in the south of Thailand. And my faculty, the engineering faculty, we have 13 curriculums that teach the students for engineering, including electrical engineering and the mechanical engineering and computer engineering. I think that are related to the space technologies. And for each year, we have a fresh new 800 students that to enroll in my campus. So my duty is to try to we teach students to on the electrical engineering. So my role is to be a lecturer in the electrical engineering department. And for my side, I am do a research on the electrical engineering on the telecommunication, and also I have an opportunity that invited by my friend, for example, Dr. Damrong Rit, to study on the feasibilities on the study that aim try to promote the new space economy in Thailand, and also the small satellites that in Thailand. So this is just a brief introduction that and very welcome for you. I mean, you have time to talk with me during I stay here. So, but tomorrow I go back already in early morning. So, hope that to see you in the afternoon. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you for all the panelists. I think with the theme of the session today is the future system. So I think like the focusing on the past and current. I think like Thailand, we focus very much on the development of technology. So we have the ground receiving station of the Earth observation satellite, Landsat, since like 40 years ago. So we focus the technology with development, and in parallel, we also focus with the capacity building, our human resources, and we're trying to keep up with our friends from the big country that they have the technology in space and operation in space. And nowadays, we're trying to change. We focus very much on the solutions, applications, and one of the things that we find now is like we have to communicate with the policymakers, and also we have to communicate with our citizens, Thai citizens. And we also launched some kind of application, for example, like the PM 2.5 using the satellite images. And we can find that even the policymaker or our citizens are quite not to engage to space. They think space is just far away. And I think this is our challenge for the future system. And as I mentioned before, like we have many issues technically with the spoofing, jamming, with the limited resource of frequencies, and we have many issues. And also we have expectation that our technology could, we spend a lot of money, I can say, for the space, but this technology should gain back with some kind of values. So it's some kind of challenging. So I would like to ask also the panelists, do you see any difficulties, challenges that you have encountered in this kind of integration with many technologies, people? We may start with Kimura-san first, please. See any idea or difficulties during your work or challenges?
Okay, thank you very much. And as I mentioned earlier, we are not trying to gather the many phenomena from all over the world, and we are using LPWA technology, and the LPWA bandwidth is really narrow. So so we are now utilizing also the AI technology to reduce the amount of the information before sending it. So the combination of the AI and also such a LPWA technology is our challenge. And as you may already know, that to utilize the AI, the gathering the amount, tons of the running data will be required. But in space, it's really hard to gather such tons of the running data. So that is our challenge right now. And we are also trying to generate the running data by AI itself. So that is one of the solutions to acquire the tons of the running data to utilizing the AI for space technology. Yeah, that is, yeah.
And how do you see like the GNSS services to this integrated to this service that you just mentioned?
Yeah, GNSS has also the same challenge, I think. We can imagine that the image is the very actual sense data, but also the position data is also the really actual data. So by utilizing the generative AI to generate such a position running data can be generated. We are not trying yet, but that might be one of the solutions to utilize the GNSS kind of the technology effectively, yeah, from the utilization, space technology utilization point of view, yeah.
So I think like I would like to ask also Professor Mikchai, his work also not only like academic, I mean service, I mean section, but also you work with the policymakers, many agencies. Do you see how the difficulties or challenges of integration many data from space or like especially like location-based service GNSS? You see any challenge?
Yeah, I think that that is a good question, and normally that for when we talk about the data, especially that if the data is owned by the government agency, so they're quite concerned about the security, and also that they think that data is the entity and the resource and should be like a secure and especially that right now we have like a PDPA law as well, so it's very challenging that the way that to tackle the problems, and what I mean for my experience that I work with the local governments also, like municipalities, that when we try to reach to them to try to make collaborations. And one thing that is the way that we try to make them is to let them understand first what is the importance, of the what we try to achieve, and what will benefit for them. And make them feel safe that this data will be protected and used for the citizen. If I set up the project with the local government, so just the difficult thing is that especially for when you said about the AI things or the space technologies is very far. In terms of the local government, and for the state government also for some peoples. So I think that the way is we should one thing that I think that if we would like to boost the space technology or space activity in Thailand or in any countries, we should set up like an alliance, space alliance, that including all the key stakeholders that come together. What I think that because right now we have a new space concept, and the new space concept and the key stakeholder change from the state to the private sectors. So one of the key stakeholders that we should bring to this alliance is a private sector group. And private sector should be the one that the player who in upstream, downstream, and also the user as well. Because we have so many use cases for using the space technologies. And the second key stakeholder that I think that we should bring to join this alliance is educators. The universities, because for the capacity buildings, you need a college or university to teach. Even the school, the primary school or secondary schools. Yeah. I see GISTA try to set up the project called SchoolSat in Thailand. I think this is a really good idea. And the third is the state. For example, that here we have the Thai Space Agency, like GISDA, and also the MBTC, the regulators. So if we set up this alliance and then have a often meeting like here, So I think these are key stakeholders. And then, for example, today invite the MBTC to join this meeting, and then we know what MBTC will issue the laws, for example. And then if we have like a regular meeting every year, so this will, like make friends, can understand each other, understand the limitation, their objectives and their aim, and finally that we will see the common goals. So what my proposal is especially for Thailand, maybe GISDA will be the one or MBTC to ask the Thailand government to promote the space alliance and also that invite the friends from international and national, so like a Sony or like a friend from Indonesia. Yeah, that's what I think. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You paved the very good way for me to ask the question to Lady NBTC and also Nakamura-san from the private sector. I might get the first additional comments or additional idea of what Professor Michai just mentioned about the role of regulators. You have any comments from any challenges now?
From my view, actually I agree with that Dr. Michai saying, but the burden is the regulations. Even we are regulator, but we try to discuss with the satellite and space stakeholder in Thailand. We try to understand and their needs because of the space and satellite technology is developed so fast, and it can do anything that a terrestrial can do. So it can connect everything, connecting things and also connecting people. So the benefit of the satellite and space is a lot. And for Thailand case, I think because of the X, we are waiting for the space, and I think in the near future we're gonna set up the space agency that have the role, the responsibility to in charge of the overall issue that are relevant to the space. But for the satellite, only a satellite or communication satellite at the NBTC role, we try to engage the stakeholder. Actually, the same issue that we found that the concern from the National Security Authority of Thailand, when even we have the policy and notification to open market, but when we are consider, we have to think about the national security as well, from Earth observation, or even the communication satellite like LEO, because it can direct to device in Thailand, and the government or we cannot control anything. So we try to make the stakeholder understand. So I think communication is very important. If we set up the group, let's say a task group or working group, we should develop the communication strategy to create awareness. Not only the satellite or the space agency but we have to make the people or the user to understand, because the satellite and space is not far from us. It is everywhere around us, and we have to after create awareness, we have to make them understand. So we have and adopt and accept the satellite and space. And I think that we should engage the people from the policy maker, from the regulator, from the research and development, and from the university, and also from the user, who is the majority of that they can apply, because the benefit of the satellite and space, I think is the application. The value is our application that they can apply for their mission. Every department, I think so.
Also, my last comments to you as the private sector for the new space economy, of course, any challenges of the private sector?
Okay, so I'd like to speak from the business point of view. I don't know if it applies to other nations, but in Japan, more and more private companies have interest in entering into the space industry. So it's getting much easier than before. For example, Sony had little interest in the space business before, but partly because it doesn't make much money, but now they changed my mind, and now it's one of the biggest players in the space industry, which is a great thing for the industry. We, as I said in my presentation, we are launching our next satellite very soon, and Sony's AirTrust receivers are on board our satellite to do some tests in the near future. And we're having a discussion about how we can, combine, two different type of sensors. One is the remote sensing data, and the others are IoT data. And we can create new applications using both different type of data. So combining, different type of data would be the key to creating new values in the future. And so we are now providing only the mid-resolution images, but in the future we are planning to provide high-resolution data as well. And combining mid-resolution and high-resolution, we also will be able to create a new applications as well. So it's very important to make the most of new technologies as much as possible, and combining these technologies to create new values. And we have to consider what kind of solutions can be possible in various industries outside space. And so I hope more and more companies have interest in the space business. So I'd like to talk about the difficulties, challenges. As more companies have interest in the space business, so we have faced some, difficult situation. Maybe this is interesting rather than difficult. But for example, the executives of some non-space company request the employees to create some new space business without any, details. So employees, have, no idea how to do it, what to do, and they come to us and ask, "What should I do?" I have no idea. So that's the problem that I have, but it often happens. So in such a case, I say it like this. So space is spice. So it is not the main dish, right? Many people consider space is kind of a main technology, but space supports their business. That's the very important way of thinking, if we want to create a new business. So, so your business has a highest priority, and tell us about your business and problems you are facing. And let's think about how the space can contribute to solving those problems together. So that is the key attitude to create new business. So, in a nutshell, so for most people, space is still far away from from their everyday lives. So we need to fill a gap between the reality of space and their problems. So that is challenge, but we need to overcome that to create to deliver the real value to the society.
I really like your keyword, the space support your business. I think it's a really good keyword that we can join with other communities. We have only 5 minutes left, Any questions from the floors? Yeah, please.
Thank you very much for the great sharing. I have, if you allow, I have 3 questions for all of the panels. From our experience, from the university approaching decision makers, is either national or local authorities, we can see that the combinations of policy and technology is actually the key to improve development of the area. But most of the times when we approach the local authorities or even national authorities, the concerns on the technology is always security, privacy, and things like that before they decide to implement those technology. So it's very sectoral based, very authority or boundary based oriented. But we can see that there are some problems like environmental problems tend to be cross border, like Asian regions. We have marine pollutions that some of the area really have the pollutions in the coastal area, and it goes away to other countries, as well as the air pollutions. So how we overcome this problem when the problems cross the boundary, but they don't intend to apply the technology for the better solutions. Yeah, from the perspective of the decision makers, and from the industry, we are doing one of the works on integrating the GNSS technology with the air monitoring sensor. We just presented next door just now this morning. We really need the real data of the air pollutions, but we do it mobile or dynamic. When the combination or the integration of the technology GNSS and air pollution sensor, when it's static, I think is okay. But when it's dynamic or mobile, we see that there is possibility of margin. Some data that we collect in this coordinates might be the result of the pollution from the previous location. So how the industry can see this problem? Are you already providing this kind of solutions? I mean, static and dynamic. Are you ready for that? I mean, your technology. And the last one for Excel space. What is the gap between the microsatellite and non-microsatellite? Is there any plus minus if we can compare, because we need to see the applications, what we can do with this, because it's very much new to us. Thank you very much.
3 questions. The first one
Sorry.
is very interesting one. The first question is dealing with the local also, or you just focus on boundary nation and locals. Who gonna say something? Professor Michai?
I think it's a classic question, classic problem that I think occur so many countries, and also that in Thailand. And I think we have not only one answer that can solve this, but what is we also experience this kind of problem as well about the PM 2.5, right, in the north of Thailand, and because the border Myanmar Thailand and Laos, right? And normally that actually at the beginning of the year, right, we have a lot of PM 2.5 in the north of Thailand that come from Myanmar, and also in the south Thailand. I think 5, 6 or 7 years ago, right? I think the fires maybe caused by in Indonesia, right? Yeah. And but I think now of the situation in Thailand, and I saw lots of news that happened that and works and the way that work, because you know, in for the democratic country, the politician were elected by peoples, especially for the local government, right, and also for the national government also. and right now we are living in a social media. So if you have like a entity in the local area, and that entity and that activities, you know, they can public. They can do this in a public way, like post it in the social media, and maybe, and I believe that for if you go to public, the politicians in your area will know, and if more people knows, the politician in that area will, I mean, feel uncomfortable and have to think that, oh, I got to do some things. So that the bottom from I mean working from the bottom that can do. And if the politician move, so I think it's quite easy now to work from the top, right? So that what I learned, especially that this thing I learned from the Kun Chat, the Bangkok governor. That's why he was elected. He worked he worked with people, so and like give the power to the people, can make the people can voice to the Bangkok government. Yeah, so that is one of the answer that can help. And for the and for working in different countries, I think you have like a body, right, for working like for in our area in the south of Thailand, right? We have IMTGT sub-region, so we can voice to the government, what do you call, local, not local government, the governor. So we can voice to the governor, and then make the governor can go to the meeting, to the IMTGT meeting, for example, and raise this problem to the meeting. But that one have to wait for 1 year, right? Because it's a year meeting. So I think the way it work from the bottom, I think is better. Okay.
Please.
Your question is very, I think it's a very difficult to answer, but it's a very good question, because I think in part of the regulator, we have to think that we have to discuss with the regulator in ASEAN country how to handle this issue, because in Thailand we concern on air pollution or water pollution. For air pollution, it is a national issue, because we try to resolve this problem for a long time, and we got the information from the people who work on the air pollution or disaster, to consult with the NBTC how to apply a satellite to resolve this problem, to monitor or to notify or to handle this problem. And we have the fund, it's called NBTC fund, BTFP. It is a NBTC fund to support the research and development for air pollution. And we think that we try to facilitate the research and development, or the organization who work on the environment. We support on this issue, but for the national, the state to state, I think we have to share the information among the ASEAN country, because Thailand even Thailand, we have many applications for air pollution monitoring. But in ASEAN, I don't know, do we have the
I think like
application like this?
I can share because we have to end now because we have to go lunch. But for air pollution, I support like the Professor Michai for the social media, and even like our Prime Minister take action. So he went to Chiang Mai. Here is Chiang Rai. He went to Chiang Mai for the meeting, and with the evidence based of the satellite data, so he knows that he has to call to Laos and Cambodia. And this week, the secretary of the prime minister just called Jista because during his visit to Chiang Mai, our executive director was with him also, and show all the data to him, and he called Chiang Mai. He called to Laos and also Cambodia, and following that is the national agenda. So our Prime Minister called back again to Cambodia and will give the technical support for the monitoring of hotspots. And this time we will support Cambodia, for example, for the technical issue of the forest fire and the hotspot. So this is one of the practical event that we make it in Thailand. So from the social media, policymakers, and then with the evidence based, we can move to tackle this kind of problems. So we still have the two questions left. So please make it short. So we have the static dynamics of data from air pollution. Maybe Kim Rasan.
Yeah, it's really tough question, I think, and I don't have a clear answer for you at this moment. And actually, we are now tackling with such a problem with Jista-san in the northern side, northern Thailand side. Yeah, and perhaps there may not be a perfect answer, perfect solution, I think. And important thing might be to be closer to the perfect solution as much as possible, and to achieve such thing, the important thing might be to utilize not only the one technology but also the many technologies. And as Nakamura-san said, that combining such technologies might be one of the solution close to the perfect solution, maybe. Nakamura-san, do you have it?
Thank you. You want to add?
If you want to see the dynamic phenomena, you may need to have a measuring station every 1 kilometer or something, and to collect data at the same time from the satellite. That would be the solution. Of course, we need to care about the cost, but I think we want to see the data in time series. You need to have the measuring station. So many stations, but Sony's LPWA is very inexpensive, and I think you can have many of them. Okay, that's I wanted to add. And to my question, so if you mean that non-microsatellite is the larger satellite than microsatellites, actually if the satellite is bigger, the capability is better. Right. So, but as technology advances, more and more mission will be possible with microsatellites. So why we focused on microsatellite is the cost is not so high compared to the conventional big satellites, but we can do many of the satellite missions with the microsatellite platform. Of course, you can develop CubeSats much easier. But that their CubeSats are too small to do high-level missions. So I think the microsatellite would be the best platform to balance between the cost and mission performance.
Thank you very much, my panelists, and thank you very much, all the participants here. I hope you get something, values, and enjoy the session. So if you have any further comments or questions or discussion, please at lunchtime. So please enjoy lunchtime, and thank you for your participation. Thank you.